Local support for today's News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.
Hi, we're the 6th grade class of St. Mary's School in Edgerton, home of the Tigers. Welcome to News 6.
Hi, I'm Kurt Trausch from St. Mary's School. Welcome to News 6. With today's first story, here's Shemin Miller.
One of the biggest employers in Edgerton, Ohio is the Fleetwood Travel Trailer Plant. They employ approximately 275 people. In our first story, Gretchen Gaither talks with her father, sales manager of the plant, to find out more about their products.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Gaither here with my dad, Tom Gaither, who's the sales manager of the Fleetwood Travel Trailer Plant.
Hi, Gretchen.
Hi. Would you tell us what travel trailers your plant makes?
Yes, we produce over 50 different models here. They range in size from anywhere from 18 foot on up to 33 foot.
How many travel trailers do you make in one day?
That also depends on the size. If we're making some of the shorter ones like the 18 footers, we can make up to 25 in one day. If we're making the longer ones like the 33 footers, we only make 5 per day.
What do people look for in a trailer?
Well, they're really looking for livability. They've got a certain number of people they like to take camping with them, and they've got to make sure that that trailer will sleep all those people, will feed all those people, and just make it comfortable for their outing.
How much do they cost?
Well, the smaller 18 footers range around $10,000 to $12,000. This 33 footer that we're in now costs $30,000.
What kind of trailer is more popular?
The popular trailers today are the ones that have what we call the slide-out rooms, and we're sitting in what we call a slide-out room. The whole sofa and the dinette slides away from the trailer and opens up the trailer, gives them a lot of room. And that's the most popular ones today.
Thanks, Dad, for taking us around the Fleetwood Travel Trailer Plant. This is Gretchen Gaither reporting for News 6.
Today's News 6 is produced by St. Mary's in Edgerton. Edgerton is located in Williams County on State Route 6, just a few miles east of the Indiana border. It was founded on December 4th, 1865, and has a population of 1,896.
Have you ever wondered what kind of equipment is carried in the emergency vehicles you see racing down the street when there's been an accident or someone needs medical help? News 6 reporter Ryan Seibert wants to find out more, so he took the 6th graders to the Edgerton Fire Hall to answer his questions.
My name is Ryan Seibert, and I'm talking with Kurt Wright about being an emergency medical technician, known as an EMT. Mr. Wright, what does an EMT do?
An emergency medical technician is a person who has had a lot of training in emergency first aid and care. We respond to your home or to your work or to a car accident when you've been hurt. And for people that have been injured in a car accident or a fall, we'll place on a hard backboard like this and strap their head and their body down to keep their spine really still. Because when we go to the hospital in our ambulance, we don't want them bouncing around a whole lot.
What kinds of equipment do you use as an EMT?
There's a lot of equipment. One of the main pieces of equipment we use is an oxygen kit. And in this oxygen kit, we have an oxygen bottle with oxygen that we can give people who are having a hard time breathing. We have different masks for different size of people, and we will put that in their nose or on their face for them to breathe. Other pieces of equipment, we have a trauma bag. Inside the trauma bag, we can have equipment that we take blood pressures with. We check your vital signs. We can bandage your injuries if you've been cut or hurt, or if you have a medical emergency, we can take your temperature, and we have medicine and things like that. We also have a heart monitor. With the heart monitor, we can put that on your chest and take pictures of your heart, see what your heart's doing for those that are having trouble with their heart.
Thanks, Mr. Wright.
Now let's make a run back to the studio.
In our Kids View segment this week, the 6th graders of St. Mary's School talk about their television viewing habits.
This week's Kids View question is, what is your favorite television program and why?
My favorite television program is Home Improvement because Tim Allen is really funny.
My favorite television show is ER because it's lifelike and I want to be a doctor when I get older.
My favorite show is Step by Step because the kids, they always fight, but sometimes they get along.
In our last segment, News 6 visits the Stark Trust Company in Edgerton. They make an important product which is used by builders everywhere. News 6 reporter Adam Stotner talks with plant manager Dwayne Miller to get the details.
Houses today can be built stronger and quicker by using products from the Stark Trust Company. Mr. Miller, what kind of products do you make?
We make wooden roof and floor trusses primarily. Roof trusses are what you put the shingles on the top of your house. They're the triangular piece that fits on top of your house. We also make floor trusses which fit in between your first and second floor or your basement. They sit from wall to wall and allow your floor to sit on there and keep you up off the ground. We also make mini barns, which you see a lot behind people's houses or their trailers, to store things in. In the winter time when things are slower in the construction business, we build picnic tables and deck furniture, and we sell those to all the major lumberyard chains.
How do you make a truss?
First thing we do is we get the raw lumber brought in. We cut it on the saws, and we put the angles, the pitches, everything like that needs to be put on the lumber, and then we bring it into the table. The guy at the table sets up a jig, or more or less like a shelf for the truss to fit each piece in. Then the guys come along, they put each piece in, and along with that they put a gang nail plate on there to hold it in place. Then they take the press over the top, press each joint, and that finishes the truss.
Why are your products so important?
Basically our products are important because they're time savings. The guys in the job may not have the time or the knowledge of how to cut the pieces accurately, and we can cut them here. We have everything computer designed. We cut them, we build them, and they can put them on a house in a day, whereas it may take them a week to put that house on. They can get the roof on, saves everything from getting wet, and they can do it a lot faster.
Thank you, Mr. Miller, for showing us how a truss is made. This week in Critics Corner, St. Mary's chose Courage at Indian Deep. It's an adventure story written by Jane Rest Thomas. The story takes place in sparsely populated upper Minnesota, where Cass Kennedy has moved after living in Minneapolis. He is finding it extremely hard to adjust to his new life. He finds himself face to face with a bully who causes more than once grief for Cass. Cass tries to soothe his pain by finding a place for Tongue, his dog, and himself to hide out. During the tough times, find out the adventure Cass and his dog have during one of their stays in the secret cave.
That's all for this week's show. Be sure to tune in next week for another 6th grade perspective about people and places in Northwest Ohio.
Local support for today's News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.